the future of India-Cyprus ties in wake of strategic affairs that are going to be discussed between the two leaders of the two states, talking about defense agreements and comprehensive trade infrastructure and comprehensive trade negotiations and agreements that are likely to be signed between the two leaders, between the two states. And does this also weaken Turkey's jurisdiction, that it unilaterally, illegally takes control of Cyprus? How is India's position in terms of supporting Cyprus going to further hinder Turkish ambitions to take over Cyprus?
Meghaji, thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, when it comes to Cyprus, I have a first-hand experience. I have lived in the island for 2 years. I was in Limassol and, been around the whole place. And I know what is the difference between the northern Cyprus, Greek Cyprus or the Turkish Cyprus if they cross it. When you enter the Turkish Cyprus, it gives you an impression you're back 50 years back into the time. That's the first impression you get. Now, if you talk about this part of the Cyprus, the cultural ties are great. These are Greek people and they really love Indians. I agree with what Ambassador Ma'am has been saying. The love is there, the warmth is there, and they look to India as respect. I was there and, most of the business was 99% of the business was out of Cyprus. But that, respect you get there is phenomenal. The cultural ties are good. Everything is good. Unfortunately, if you look at the northern Cyprus, Meghaji, it is the world's second illegal operation, kabza, or what you call as, I don't have an English word for it, occupation after POK. POK is the world's first biggest and everlasting illegal occupation. Second is North Cyprus. It was taken by force. It is deprived, though it has great tourist potential and all. Now, Cypriots, unfortunately, they don't have the might and power to go against the Turkey, though they've been trying their best. There's a UN buffer zone. Now, I think the relation started when Mrs. Indira Gandhi went there. Then Vajpayee ji took the major step when he went there. And then lately, I think 2 or 3 years back, Dr. Jaishankar was there. Now Prime Minister Modi is there. Now, if you see an Indian Prime Minister visiting Cyprus after 15 years, makes a lot of sense. And this comes after Operation Sindoor, if I can be very direct and candid with you. When Dr. Jaishankar went there last time, Cypriots wanted some certain weapons from us. I think we have possibly agreed to them. Greeks wanted certain weapons from us. I think Pinaka was one of the things which are on the agenda. We agreed to that. And now with this thing coming after Turkey's blatant support to Pakistan and giving Pakistan weapons which were used against Indian army. One is support. Second is giving them weapons which were used against Indian army. Now I think the tables are out. If we want to really squeeze Turkey, you have to squeeze them where it hurts them the most. The place where it is going to hurt them most is northern Cyprus. Because if you are able to give Greeks and Cypriots what they want, give them the political support, even the weapons what they want, that will send a direct message to Ankara and that will send a direct message to Tayyip Erdogan, look, you have to mind your business. If you think you can arm Pakistan, we can arm 50 another people against you. And he is squeezed from Greece and Cyprus both. He will have a taste of his own medicine with 42% inflation in his country, second highest in the world. I don't think there are too many things which he can do. India is sending a very, very clear message. Look, we are a geopolitical power. We are a superpower in making, almost reached there. If you mess around with us, we have 101 ways of messing around with you. Look, it's not only stopping your Bakhtiar drones. By the way, Pakistan has cancelled all the Bakhtiar drone orders. And from Middle East to Africa, whoever had placed the order for Turkish drones, this was all cancelled. I don't know, what does Tayyip Erdogan think? He started calling these Bakhtiar drones an Islamic tech. That is what, it's not my terminology, it's his terminology. Now with all those things failing and falling apart, it's a very strong and subtle message to send to the people, and like people like Tayyip Erdogan, we mean business, we have to increase trade with them. Cyprus is a beautiful, beautiful place. If you want to go to Europe, go to Cyprus once, it makes a lot of sense. Secondly, if you look at Cyprus, it's in the middle, it's a place which is in between Europe, Asia and Africa. So Cyprus, I hate to say that, is a hub for all the international spies. All those operations of Mossad, a lot of them happened in Cyprus. There are British bases, there are American bases. I have seen it with my eyes, those big listening stations of British and America there. And when the Middle East bombings were happening, most of the planes were taking off from Cyprus. So Cyprus has a relevance in terms of listening, in terms of signal intel, in terms of military intel, and it's a gateway to the Europe, Africa and Middle East put together. So the presence in Cyprus is cementing your epicenter within the 3 continents and helping the deprived Greek people who have been kind of bullied by Erdogan to get them what they rightfully deserve. These people are good, they're beautiful, and India has come up open, out in the open. I'm very happy Prime Minister Modi is going because they're a part of our IMAC. Even the Croatia is a part of our IMAC. So we are sending a very clear message. We are going for our supreme national interest. If it irritates somebody, if somebody is irked, if somebody is sulking, then let be with it. Your karma is
Okay.
catching up with you.
Okay.
We didn't do it. You
Okay.
started it.
Okay. Fair